Very good evening, everybody. Can all of you hear me properly? Can everybody see the screen properly? Just give me a confirmation and we will start. Okay, great, guys. So good to see all of you here from various parts of India: Hyderabad, Pune, Vijayawada, Mumbai. In many cities, people are joining. About how much was about 150 people are in the class now, and with experience, maybe about 175, 200 people will be joining. So good to have all of you here. Tell me one thing, guys. When you see a chart like this, when you see a chart like this, what is the emotion that comes up? Hari Raman says, sir, what a day to have a training. Yeah. What kind of emotion comes up? People are joining. Let's chit chat a little and then we will start seriously. I keep my sessions interactive. Yes. What image do you get? What kind of emotion comes up? Huge loss. That's what Tariq is saying. Mahesh says short sell. Sitaram says time to short. Sudarshan says bullish. Vinayak says yup. And Bhagiraj says I'm confused. Short. So different people have, and Vignesh just said hello. Okay, it's getting low. So this market, is it normally associated with profit or is it associated with loss? What is this market associated with? Profit or loss? Loss. Most people say loss because they don't understand the short side of the market here. The fact is, on this same day, let's say, when the market went down 250 points, which is about 2.5% down. If I come on this one, I go to, let's say, Nifty, and I go to a near expiry put options. I know many of you are traders and you would have bought, let's say, 10,900 put option. Your put option would have gone from 100 rupees to 224 rupees. You would have made 150% profit on a single day. So which one do you want, profit or loss, guys? Yes, choose your choice. Which one do you want, profit or loss? Profit. Everybody wants profit, but does everybody get profits? No. There are a lot of people in the market who take the losses. Now, this is a small one. Let's take one more question while others are joining. For your long-term stock portfolio, if I give you a choice, hey, you can either buy the Tata Steel or you can buy, let's say, Chaman Lal Shethia. Which one will most of the people buy for their long-term stock portfolio? Tata. See, everybody said Tata Steel. Okay. Let's look at the facts. If I go to a long-term chart, let's say first of Tata Steel. This is Tata Steel, guys. If you would have bought Tata Steel for your long-term stock portfolio, your 1,000 rupees would have become 669 rupees. You would have lost 7 years of your life and about 30% of your hard-earned money. But let's say if you would have bought a Chaman Lal Shethia. Some people are wondering if there is a company like that, and I'm just saying a name. I love this name, because you can't forget it. So let's go and look at Chaman Lal Shethia, the rice exporters. This is Chaman Lal Shethia. In just 4 years, it has gone from 5 rupees to 143 rupees, a high of 200 rupees. So tell me, if you want to achieve financial freedom, which one should you have in your stock portfolio? Tata Steel or Chaman Lal Shethia? It's a no-brainer now. Now everybody will say Chamanlal Chetiya, but the question is, how do you find your Chamanlal Chetiyas? And let's talk about that today, guys. So I think, yeah, I have about 168 people. Almost everybody is here. So let's start, guys. Let's start. That's how I look. I'm Yogeshwar Vashishtha, guys. I'm 50 years old, and I'm trader now for almost 13, 14 years now. Almost 14 years I'm doing it now. It's a risky place. If you don't know what to do here, please don't come here, untrained. One thing you have to understand about the stock market is that it is a very risky place and there is no sorry here. In your job, if you do a mistake, you can go to your boss, say sorry, maybe he won't cut it from your salary. In your business, you might do a mistake, say sorry to your customer, maybe he won't cut it from your bill. But has it ever happened that you have lost 50,000 rupees in a day in the stock market? You pick up the phone, call the National Stock Exchange, say sorry, I won't do it next time, please give my money back. Has anybody got it back? Anybody? Nope. So that's the risk I'm talking about. And please understand, stock market is not taught in our schools, it is not taught in the colleges, and most people do not know much about it. They come here to the stock market either totally untrained or they are dependent on somebody else. They are dependent on somebody else to make money for them. So dependency is very big into the stock market. Guys, this is the room I am talking to you. This is my trading room. This is the chair I'm sitting on. This is my 5-screen setup. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. The small one on the right side. And that's the mic through which I'm speaking to you. I'm a book lover, so my trading room is full of books. This is the front side. This is the back side of my trading room. This whole section is full of stock market books, and I have read each one of them. Good traders are good readers, and good traders are good meditators. These are the two things, a common denominator I've found in my life and in my journey as a trader. A trader doesn't judge. A trader controls his risk. A trader goes along with the market. He reads a lot and he meditates to keep a calm state of mind. Because in trading, your body is not required. The only thing that is required in trading is your mind. Okay, who will tell me what is the only thing that you have to do in trading? There's only one thing you have to do in trading. Tell me, what is that thing? You have to take a decision. You have to take a decision. That's all you have to do. You will have to take a decision to buy, a decision to sell, a decision not to enter, a decision to enter. So it is all about taking decisions, and till the time you have not taken a decision, your risk is zero. But the moment you have taken the decision and you enter into it, your risk becomes 100%. How many of you agree with me here? Say yes if you agree with me on this point. Right? Great. And today is a good day to look at stock market. A big crash has happened into the market here. So that's my trading room, guys. I firmly believe these are the 4 things we live for. These are our human needs: peace of mind, health and energy, loving relationships, and financial freedom. And the 4th one, financial freedom, is the biggest culprit to number 1, number 2, and number 3. What is financial freedom to me? Financial freedom to me is when you have more money than you require. Your requirements are 2, You have immediate requirements and you have long range requirements, long term requirements. What is your longest term requirement? Chalo, tell me, what is your longest term requirement? Very long one. Pension. I'm giving you a long one, your pension. After the age of 60, you won't have a job. Your children would have gone away. So you will require money, good health. All this is required after you are 60. So every rupee that you're earning now does not belong only to your present, it also belongs to your future. And one thing I have noted that people work very hard to earn their money, but they don't work very hard to make that money grow. Can you agree with me on this one? People work very hard to earn the money, but they don't work very hard to make that money grow. If you will work even 25% of what you work to earn it, you would be a different plane altogether. So we'll be talking about it. So who am I? Let me introduce myself in brief so that you know who's this person talking to you. And today is a good day. We had a budget yesterday and we had a crash today. So it would be a good day to talk about stock market. So my name is Yogeshwar Vashishtha, guys. Let me first give you some links. This is my site, pathfinderstrainings.com. You can have a look at this one. Then this is my YouTube channel, which has about 114 videos now. And here I have put a lot of my live trading videos also. A profit ranging from about 20,000 to about 75,000 rupees in a day on a capital of about 10 lakhs. And this channel has about 22,000 subscribers now. Then this is, okay, that's my site again. Then here, this is my YouTube page. And if you want, you can become my friends here. If you send me a friend request today, I'll accept it. Tomorrow, I don't know who the person is, but today I'll accept it. This is my LinkedIn channel. Okay. So this is me. You can know more about me here. If you'll send me a friend request today, I will accept it. Oh, I've already started getting. So my name is Yogeshwar Vashishtha. I'm a civil engineer by profession. I've done my MTech from IIT, my international certification in management from South America, and my advanced courses in trading from Pristine Academy of USA and Online Trading Academy of USA. Now I'm a full-time professional trader and a trading coach. I have a full-fledged online trading room where every day I live trade with my traders with about 10 lakh rupees of real money. Of course, I also do my personal tradings where the capital is much higher. And I have hundreds of students who trade with me every day. But I didn't start as a trader. You know, I was a scientist in CBRI for a few years. Then I went out of India. I became a NRI. I was working for this multinational company called Skanska, the biggest construction company in the world. And I was involved in hydropower projects in various countries, Sri Lanka, Sweden, Norway. And my last project was in Peru, South America, Yunkan hydropower project. It all started with me when I was in Sri Lanka working on the Yunkan hydropower project. My wife she was working in Mumbai before we went out. In the start, she enjoyed her, staying at home kind of a thing, but she got bored. She wanted to do something in the jungles of Sri Lanka. We had nice internet connectivity there. One day she came to me and said, I want to start my own business. I said, what kind of a business do you want to start? And she said, I want to start the stock market business. And immediately my memory went back when I went to my IIT. My father has told me, son, You're going to a prestigious institute. Stay away from bad habits like smoking, drinking, drugs, stock markets. And it was firmly ingrained in my mind since the age of 18 that stock market means gambling. So I asked her, what will you do? He said, she's very, very simple. You just give me about 3 lakh rupees. That was a lot of money at that time. I'm talking 2001, 2002. That was a month's salary for me, US dollar tax free. And I said, then what? He said, then I'll open an account. My broker will give me tips and I will buy according to his tips and I'll become rich. It looked too simple to me, but and I saw the look on her face and I asked a question in my mind. I said, what is more important, 3 lakh rupees or peace of mind? And the answer came, peace of mind. I gave her the 3 lakh rupees and I forgot all about it. Right? That's how it started for me. And within a few months, she had lost all the money. She felt very sorry. But as I said, sorry doesn't work in this market. I felt very bad, but eventually, I said one day maybe, as destiny will have it, in a company party in Colombo, I met Jeffrey. And he became my first mentor in the stock market. In the start, I was very reluctant. But he was a very good mentor. He used to live trade in front of me. And that's how I started learning. Few months I learned under him. Then I went back, he went back to Sweden. I was transferred to South America, Peru, Yunkan Hydropower Project. And there I enrolled myself with pristine Academy of USA. Extremely good. Started practicing, started live trading. Within a year, I was touching about 10% a month on my capital. 10% a month on my capital. And I started thinking of taking it as a full-time profession. So from Peru, I was transferred to Scotland. I decided to come back to India. Came back, became a full-time trader. Came back with my family, became a full-time trader. 2007 was easy. Market was going up. Simple moving averages could make money for you. Then came 2008 and our market crashed by about 60%. Our market crashed by about 60%. I saw everybody around losing money and it was my best year. I made more money. Like today, let's see. Today, for most of the people, it is a bad market. A crash has happened. For me, it is a good day. I have, made money. See here, this is 7,986 that I have made in the stocks and about 8,000 in futures. So if I see today here, if I'm checking, this is a 9,382 and 16,687. So that is about 25,000. So on a day when most people lost money, I, made about 25,000 rupees today. That's what I was doing in 2008. Made very good money here. Then came 2009, and I had seen 3 markets: bull, bear, and bull, and I knew this market was for real. This market was for real. So 2009 end, decided I'm not going back to my job ever. I didn't have to lower my lifestyle. The money was good. And I asked Jeffrey, I said, how do I go to the next level? He said, start live trading in front of others for a fees. That way it will be a win-win. They will learn and you will have a lot of pressure to perform. So 2009 onwards in Mumbai, I started live trading in front of others. Very soon, a few thousand people have been trained under me, gave me a lot of confidence. And when you live trade in front of others, you are under a huge pressure to perform. अकेले में तो कोई भी ट्रेड कर ले, किसी को पता तो ना चलेगा क्या किया. But when you are putting your money in front of others and showing them the trade, that will really develop your skill. Can you agree with me on this one, guys? Yes, that's what I started doing from 2009 onwards, and 2010, an international company, online trading academy, came to India. They were looking for some consultants. They approached me. Till that time, I had not worked with international traders. I jumped on the opportunity, said yes, and from October 2010 till August 2012, I was part of this wonderful group of traders here. And I was traveling all over India, and I must have talked to about 20,000 people in this period. And I saw that there was a huge need for training and mentorship because most people had no idea what they were doing and they were suffering from losses. They're suffering from losses. And since I was in a consultancy model here, I had limitations to how much I could tell people. So in August 2012, I decided to say thank you to them and start working on a mentoring model of my own. By this time, stock market was not only my business and my passion, it has also become my mission. I said in my life, if I could reach 10 lakh people, 1 million people, and tell them stock market the way I have learned it, I would have done something worthwhile with my life. And I'm very happy to say just a week ago on my YouTube viewership, I reached 1 million now. It's more than 1 million now on my YouTube, the number of views. And I believe there's a huge need further. Financial freedom is everybody's need. And in December 2012, I started with a mentoring model of my own based on live trading. And since then, in introductories, I've trained more than 50,000 people. And in main trainings, the paid trainings, the details are available on my website. More than 4,000 people have been trained. And I believe this is something everybody should learn. This is something everybody should learn. This was my first batch. After this, around 75 batches have passed out. And now the training is totally online where anybody can attend from any part of the world. Okay. That's me, guys. These are your 4 financial needs. Manoj says, do you guys train in Hindi also? मैं हिंदी की ट्रेनिंग अप्रैल से शुरू कर रहा हूँ. बहुत डिमांड आ रही है हिंदी की ट्रेनिंग्स की. बहुत सारे लोगों को इंग्लिश नहीं आता है, तो जिसको हिंदी की ट्रेनिंग करनी है तो अप्रैल से मेरी हिंदी की ट्रेनिंग शुरू होगी. So, but for the moment it is in English. Okay, let's learn first. Then I'll tell you about trainings and fees and everything. Let's first, learn something. पहले सीखने पे ध्यान देते. These are your 4 financial needs: safety, security, liquidity, and growth. Safety is your house, security is insurance, liquidity is enough money if you lose your job. There are specialists for them, you can contact them. Let me talk about the 4th one where I can help you. That is the growth of your money. When you're looking at the growth of your money, you have to understand these 4 equations of money. Yuvraj says, can you take in Tamil? I don't know Tamil, Yuvraj. I wish I would. So one day when I'll learn Tamil, I'll definitely take. But thank you very much for the confidence. So most people live their life in equation number 1 or 2. If you are paying any kind of a loan, housing loan, car loan, credit card loan, your life is in equation number 1. You are just making the banks rich. To achieve financial freedom, your life has to come in equation number 4. Income minus saving is equal to expense. Mr. Vijay says, sir, we love you. I love all of you guys. So let's learn. Income minus saving is equal to expense. What is income? Income is that money which is consistent in terms of amounts and in terms of frequency. For example, your salary is an income. Your salary is an income. And but lottery is not an income because you cannot plan your expenses based on them. So all of you have, do you have one source of income or multiple source of income? Most of you, do you have one source of income or many sources of income? Most of you, very good, thank you very much. Most of you have one source of income. Now tell me one thing, wouldn't it be great that you have two sources of income at least, so that if one source of income dries up, you can depend on the second source of income? Correct? That is the first way we should look at the stock market. Guys, one thing, I am on a, let me show you my speed here. This is, my internet speed is 100 Mbps. And from my end, it is going the fastest. But from your end, if the connection is shared or less, you might find some problems with my audio or video. I will be sending you a recording of this session. Don't worry, this session, each one of you, I will send a recording. So in case you're having disruptions, please bear with me. I will send you a recording of the session. Okay. And those who want to talk to me, you can talk freely because I keep the chat private so that you can talk to me directly without anybody seeing what you have written. Okay. So the first way you have to look at stock market is as a second source of income. That is how you will look at it long term. The second is savings. So just saving is not enough. At what rate your saving is growing makes all the difference. At what rate your saving is growing will make all the difference. Let's see the various rates of savings. If this is the power of compounding, Albert Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. He said, if your money is growing at 4% per year, it will take 18 years for your money to double. If it takes 6 years, 6% per year, it will take 12 years to double. Isn't this the rate of FD these days, around 6 to 7%? Yes. That means there's hardly any growth. Why are most of the people putting money into the stock market? Honestly, because the FD rates have gone down, that's the reason most people are buying mutual funds, because they want better returns. What they don't understand is that mutual funds are extremely risky because they are equity based. And that's what you have to understand. Isn't this the reason why a lot of people went to the stock market? Because FD rates have fallen down? Yes or no? And some of the mutual funds are also being missold. For example, we have this, mixed funds, which are a mix of equity and debt, 70% equity, 30% debt, and they have this dividend option. And how are they sold? We will give you 1% dividend every month. It will become 12% per year. What they are not telling you, they will give you back your money only. And on a day like this, when it starts falling down, what will they tell you? Oh, buy more, averaging. Haven't many of the people done this mistake of averaging? They say, if it is attractive here, this is even more attractive. This is even more attractive. Then this will be most attractive. And I think the most attractive is here, 8,000. But by the time your money is already gone. Right? So when you are coming to the arena of equity, you are not in a debt market. So there's nothing guaranteed here. And this is what you have to focus on. This is what is your goal. And you don't need anybody for it. You can do it yourself. You know. You can learn how to build a stock portfolio growing at 24% per year. Your money will become double in 3 years. And what is the difference? See the difference. If you take 1 lakh rupees and put it for 20 years, if it grows at 8% per year, your 1 lakh will become just 5 lakhs. But if you learn how to build a stock portfolio, the same 1 lakh rupees in 20 years will become 1.2 crore rupees. Which one do you want? Of course, you want the right one. But where do most of the people put their money? On the left side, in the FDs. Why do people put their money into FDs? Who will tell me? What is the reason? Right? And this market is extremely risky. What is the risk in this market? Let me show you the risk. Let's go to PC Jeweler today. Let's open PC Jeweler. It was, the biggest 2020 ever. Let's look at PC Jeweler here and let's start seeing it. Now everybody can see PC Jeweler. Now see, this is what a guy who has bought PC Jeweler. It is falling down now from 574. Where do most of the people buy their stocks? At the top or at the bottom? Most people buy at the top. Why do they buy at the top? Because at top is greed. Top is greed. People buy when they are greedy. They don't buy when they are afraid or scared. They buy when they are greedy. So people buy the greed. The first thing my mentor told me is, Yogeshwar, if you want to make money from the stock markets, learn how to sell people's greed and learn how to buy people's fear. Now, the market opened today here. See here. And look at this guy. He is very happy. He said, fine, let me look at it. And he is panicking. And now this guy has lost all his patience because this stock has gone from 473 to 278. Uski to dunya lut chuki. And here he is scared and he sells. That's how people, he panics, he gets out, and it went all the way. Imagine, this is the kind of volatility that this market is capable of giving. This is not for the weak-hearted. This is not for the untrained. This is not for people who are dependent on luck. This is not for people who are dependent on somebody else. This is for trained people only. But in this market, you can make good money because this is the potential. 100% down, 100% up in a single day if you know how to trade it. This will never happen in FD. Why do most of the people put their money on the left side? Because it is risk-free. First rule of stock market trading: if you are looking for a risk-free income, please do not come to the stock market. If you are looking for a risk-free income, please do not come to the stock market. अभी ये सुन के लोगों को थोड़ा बुरा लगता है, बोले क्या बात है, मैं तो सीखने आ रहा हूं, आप तो डरा रहे हो. तो मेरा काम आपका लालच बढ़ाना नहीं, मेरा काम है बताना कि भाई यहां डर के रहना अच्छी बात है. But in FD you will never get money. If you want to make money, you have to come to the stock market. But it is risky. How do you handle any risk? Tell me. How do you handle any risk? Oh, come on, I'll teach you. So that is to scare the weak-hearted. How do you handle any risk in your life? So, let's start touching the stock market. You manage a risk by developing the required skill. Remember, you manage the risk by developing the required skill. You go to a swimming pool. If you don't know swimming, It's the most risky place in the world for you. But you train yourself for 3 months, become an expert swimmer. Can you swim after that? Yes or no? The risk is the same. The risk has not changed. The swimming pool is still very risky for a guy who doesn't know swimming. But for the person who knows swimming, oh, it is a piece of cake now. He will enjoy his swimming. So the risk remains the same. But your ability to handle the risk will decide whether you will make a profit or whether you will make a loss into this market. So it is your ability of risk, ability of handling a risk. How do you handle risk? Let's understand from a very simple example. How do you handle risk? Most of you know how to drive a car. Most of you. 90% of you can drive a car. Were you born with the ability to drive a car? How many of you, the moment you were born, you immediately picked up a car and drove somewhere? Anybody? No? It took time. Before you were old enough, you went to a motor training school. And what did your instructor teach you even before you sat into the car? What did your instructor teach you? He taught you a set of rules. What did he teach you? He taught you a set of rules. You first put the first gear, then the second gear, then the third gear. This is how the steering works. This is how the clutch works, the ABCD of it. You understand the theory first. Then he puts you in the car and say, drive slow. On the back of your card is written, driver is learning, driver shikata hai. And you start driving, and what is your emotion? Your emotion is fear. Let me route the most important statement of the day. Absence of skill is fear. Absence of skill is fear. This is very important. If you have fear, skill is absent. And if a guy doesn't have a skill and he still doesn't feel afraid, he's dumb. He's dumb. So, how do you remove the fear? You remove the fear by having a necessary skill. When the pilot is driving the plane, do you know it is the most scary activity in the world? Flying 500, 700 people at 1,000 kilometers an hour in sky where there is no road. He only has to work on coordinates and land on a strip which is just, very, very small and narrow. Doesn't it require a huge amount of skill? Yes, it does. And that's what you will have to do into the stock market. But once you have applied the skill there, this money. Now, for the motivation part. What is the potential of the market? The potential of the market only depends on your skill. The potential of this market is unlimited. You can make 1,000 rupees a day. You can make 5,000 rupees a day. You can make 10,000 rupees a day. And a lot of people gamble. Let me show you a note here and what I have written there. See here, this is my analysis today. Every week I upload a video here, And let's see, there is a lot of comments people put here. I had this one here. Let's say, now this one. And I replied to this guy. He said, Mihir Poddar. He said, sir, my friend was short 500 shares in PC Jewelers. He earned almost 36,000 from 4,000 rupees of capital. This person was probably expecting a praise from me. And what did I write here? That's my comment. That is gambling. it could have been 36,000 rupees of loss. The maximum risk taking on a 4K cannot be more than rupees 200. So he had put every rule of trading in the dustbin and he was just gambling. Cannot gamble here. Anybody who gambles in this market will lose money. Gamblers always lose money. Remember, your choice in this market is either to gamble and lose all your money or operate with a set of rules and make continuous money. Which one would you like? Once in a while, a lot of money, or, a small chunk of money which will gradually become a big chunk of money? The second one, very good. I'm proud of you guys. The second one. Is it possible? Is it very much possible? People ask me, sir, can I become a full-time trader? Yes, you can. I am. And I'm a full-time trader for many, many years now. And I'm not the only one. I know hundreds of traders who are full-time. Many of them are my students. But it takes time. How much time does it take to become a full-time trader? 2 to 3 years. If you want to leave your job, you want to do it full-time, get ready to work hard for 2 years. It will not happen in 2 days. Don't think of becoming a full-time trader because you don't like your boss. That cannot be a criteria. मेरे को मेरा बॉस पसंद नहीं है, उसको मैं दिखा दूंगा. आप यहाँ किसी को कुछ भी दिखाने के लिए नहीं आते हो. आप यहाँ सिर्फ पैसा बनाने के लिए आते हो. Remember, what is the bottom line in stock market trading? Whether you made money or not. Whether you make it from Tata or Bata, nobody bothers as long as for your family, you can bring the atta. This is the key. Correct? Let's go further. So you come here to create incomes. Inflation is taking away the purchasing power of your money, so you'll require more and more money. And it is great to have a skill when you will retire, something that you can make from your living room, bedroom, even lying in the bed. And that's where stock market fits in beautifully. I have one of my traders, he's 57 years old. And his words touched me. That is a few years ago, he came to me. I asked him, why do you want to become a stock market trader? He said, sir, I do not have any other skill of making money. I have 2 kids who for the whole life I've taken care of. और पूरी जिंदगी हाथ आशीर्वाद की मुद्रा में रहा है. 60 साल के बाद नहीं चाहता कि हाथ भीख मांगने की मुद्रा में जाए, because I don't have a pension. We are Indians. We do not shy away from our responsibilities. We take care of our old parents. We marry our sisters. We send our children to the schools that we couldn't afford. We take care of our loved ones and near and dear by. So most of the people, by the time they are 60, they have self-respect, but they have no money. Am I speaking your heart here in these words? Yes or no? Small things, guys, but has to be learned from this angle here. Okay, so have a skill by which you can make money, even when you're not dependent of anybody else. So why do people make losses? A lot of people make losses. Why do people make losses here? So before I go there, would you like to know the reason why this market fell down today? Right? Let's learn that first. Then I'll go further. Now, there are 2 things that happen. Number one, this market had become very, very expensive. And it had to correct. Some trigger had to come. If I look at P of Nifty, let me Google this, P of Nifty. And let's check out here. P is price to equity ratio of any stock, of any index. So those who are beginners, don't worry. in the classes I teach all this. If the P of the market is 25 to 30, it is a rare event and a screaming sell. Guys, I'll send you the link. You can have a look yourself. It's a rare event and a screaming sell. Search for shorting opportunities. P 20 to 25, book 80% profit and wait for better entry levels. Below 12, rare event and a screaming sell. Right? Long-term capital gain is a trigger. Let's first understand what happened. हुआ क्या? बेचारा क्यों गिर गया? And long-term capital gain is not very much. It is just 10%. We pay 30% income tax. And that too over a capital of more than 1 lakh. So it was not so much of a terror. Why did the market fell down so much? Let's see here. Let's go and look at the P of the Nifty. And keep an eye on the link I've sent you. What is the P of the market? 27.5, 27.7, 27. We are in the most expensive market in India. This is the most expensive market you have ever seen. Right. And let's go back here. When it is 25 to 30, it is a rare event and a screaming sell. Search for shorting opportunities. So this rally of the last 1 year, why was the rally fueled? Because money went out of the real estate. Real estate is dying, going down. No more investment vehicle. FD rates are going down. So everybody is putting money into the stock market. And of course, enough liquidity, mutual funds buying, it is going up and up. But it cannot go up forever. Every market comes down. And here, if I see here, this market is ripe for short. Let me show you another thing. Let's go to 2008. Remember the crash we had? Let me go to December 2008. 1st December 2008, those who remember the crash. What was the P of the market at that time? 11, 12, 13, 12. That was the P of the market. And when it is there, what is this? It's a rare event screaming buy. And imagine if you would have bought your stocks in the end of 2008. That was the end of 2008 here. What would have happened to your money? Your money would have grown exponentially. Your money would have grown exponentially. And now, this is how the market is. What is the market now? Very expensive. And if the market becomes very expensive, it will go down. It has to sell. And just blame the long-term capital gains. It is because it is a trigger that has come. ये trigger आ गया अभी कहां तक इसका वैल्यूएशन है? हमारे निफ्टी का एवरेज वैल्यूएशन लगभग 20 का रहा है. ये देखो इधर 20.55 is the average P of our market. Average P. Where is the P now? 27.5. And the basic mathematics. Now let's do the mathematics. If the average P is 20.55, current is 27.5, it gives me a ratio of 0.74. Fine. And with a ratio of 0.74, if I multiply it with the current value of, let's say, 10,760, it gives me a figure of 8,000 rupees. So you can easily see here, this can be a possible place where it can come down to, where it will again become attractive to buy. Where it will again become attractive to buy. Am I making sense so far? Yes, my friends, am I making sense so far? मैं आपको खुला सिखा रहा हूं, दिखा रहा हूं ये. Nobody tells this. So here, if you see here, in my paid trainings, I charge for skills, development of skills. This is something you should be knowing. And that means this is the downside in this market. Now, this scares people now. This scares people. Because where did most of the people enter? On the top. Do you know, in the mutual funds, 80% of the money that came is of the people who have never entered the stock market before. I mean, never ever. And now they have put their money on top and now they are panicking. And imagine their state when this market comes down here, they will be devastated. They will be devastated. But isn't this what the market does? Market breathes in, market breathes out. And there are many examples. For example, if I look at a stock like Titan, let's look at a stock like Titan. I said, change script, I go to Titan. Now this is Titan. And everybody was buying Titan. Titan has a PE of 70. Is growing only at 10% a year. It is expensive by about 7 to 8 times. And the first place it will come to is 662. It is already starting there. And what is the potential of this? The potential of this can come almost till here. And now what will you do if you are holding Titan? So that's why when you are coming to the stock market, you have to understand where to get in and where to get out. And if you don't know where to get in and where to get out, then you will suffer a loss. Loss is a reality of this market. Loss is a reality of this market. How many of you had losses in the stock market? Guys, tell honestly, nobody can see your chat. It is private to me. Oh my God, that's a lot of people. Thank you very much for your honesty, guys. I pray that you recover your losses, and I will try my best to teach you so that you can yourself recover your losses without being dependent on anybody else. Okay? So, why do losses happen? Let's understand the mechanism of the loss. The first reason why losses happen into this market is that this market is a win-lose market. It's a win-lose market. When you go to a bank, put your money into a FD for, let's say, 7% a year, the moment you give your money, you become risk-free. Your 7% is guaranteed to you. The bank passes the money to somebody else at a higher rate of interest, and the difference in between is the profit of the bank. Technically, every bank is basically a broker. Correct? थोड़ा सुन के बुरा लगता है, but every bank is basically a broker. He takes your money, passes to somebody else, takes somebody's money, and passes to you. It is a win-win model. But when it comes to stock market, it doesn't work like this. Let's go here. Let's take an example. Let's take any stock. Let's say I have Biocon here. Let's pick up Biocon. This is Biocon. You know, a pharma company. And let's say you have a view that you want to buy that Biocon will go up. You have a view that Biocon will go up, and you tell your broker, buy 500 Biocon for me on Monday. The broker has no problem. He will make money whether you make a profit or you make a loss. So on Monday, he buys 500 Biocon for me. In what direction would you expect the Biocon to go up? Important question. Please answer. In which direction would you like Biocon to go? Up direction? Of course. Thank you very much. Because that's the only way you will make money into it. Now, let's look at the other side of the story. This 500 Biocon You bought from somebody. How about that somebody who sold his 500 Biocon to you? Isn't his point of view exactly opposite to yours? Otherwise, he would have never sold his 500 Biocon to you. Make sense? Correct? And you can't say that I'm the only intelligent one, the guy is not intelligent. Maybe he's more intelligent than me. So, whether it is a few hours of intraday trading, whether it is a few days of swing trading, whether it is a few weeks of positional trading or a few months of portfolio building, this principle remains. A trade can happen only if there is a difference of opinion. A trade can happen only if there is a difference of opinion. That means this whole market is based on one person being right and another person being wrong. This is the base principle of any market in the world, including the Indian market. And that's why, any effort to be right all the time here will just lead to losses. Will just lead to losses because, now let's look at this one here. So I'll come back to this Biocon after some time. If I'm looking at Biocon here. Now, let's come back here. That's the first reason. You cannot be right all the time, so you have to plan on being wrong. Nobody here plans on being wrong. Professional traders, before they plan their profits, they first plan their losses. The only way to avoid a big loss is to plan for your small loss. What is a big loss? What percentage of loss is counted as a big loss? Please write your percentages. For you, what percentage of loss of your capital do you consider as a big loss? 60%, Samir says. Some say 10. Some have given a good answer of 5%. Any loss that is more than 5% of your capital in short-term trading is counted as a big loss, and any loss that is more than 10% of your capital in long-term trading is considered as a big loss. And if you have made a big loss, you have lost your capital. And if you have lost your capital, you cannot trade. The basic requirement for trading and investment is money. And if you have lost a significant chunk of your money, you will waste a lot of time just to recover your loss. If a stock goes down 50%, how much percent does it have to go up to recover its loss? So tell me, all maths people. If a stock loses 50% of its value, what percentage does it have to go up to recover its loss fully? 100%. 100%. Got it? The more you lose, the more difficult it is to recover back. जितना ज्यादा लूज करोगे उतना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है वापस मार्केट में आना. So that's why it is extremely important that you plan your losses properly. A professional trader always plans his losses. I'll talk on this model in detail. Profit loss on exit. Another thing you have to remember is in a debt market, the moment you give your money, your risk finishes. But in stock market, the moment you give your money, your risk starts. आपका risk कब शुरू होता है? जब आपने trade में entry करी. When you enter the trade, that's when your risk starts. Let's go back to our Biocon again. Let's open a smaller, let's say I've opened a 15-minute chart of Biocon here. And I see Biocon is facing resistance around this level. Okay. And based on your technical analysis, you decide this is a good time to buy Biocon. And you buy Biocon. You buy 500 shares. You buy 500 shares here. Let's understand something important. Are you liking it so far, guys? I hope the session you are enjoying and learning something here on this. Let's understand some base principles of trading. The moment you have bought the 500 shares, what have you bought actually? आपने खरीदा क्या? What did you buy? When you bought 500 shares of Biocon at 598, what did you actually buy from the market? Shashi, I love you. Shashi Shukla from Bangalore, first to answer. Risk. आपने सिर्फ risk खरीदा. So let me try to explain it in a more simple manner. When you get married, what do you basically get? Risk. And all of you are still married and you all fall in love with your kids and you manage that risk very well. The most risky thing in the world I've found are relationships. When you can manage them well, why not the stock market? Okay. So claps to all the people who are married, because you have learned the art of managing relationships. Okay, now 500 share, you buy risk. Now, which side is your risk? On which side is your risk? आपका risk कौन सी direction में है? Think and tell. In which direction is your risk? Sorry to say, sir, but your risk is in both the directions. Most of the people think that their risk is only downside. Risk is on both the sides. Now let's understand this concept. On the upper side is your positive risk, and on the lower side is your negative risk. So on the upper side, you have unlimited positive risk. On the lower side, you have unlimited negative risk. If your Biocon goes from 598 to 615, has your risk increased or decreased? Your risk has increased, because then it will be your capital plus your profit that will be at risk. On the lower side, your capital will be at risk. And do you come here to lose your capital, or do you come here to get your profits? You come here to get your profits. That's why when it goes in your direction, the risk is the most, because you are getting what you came here for. You are getting what you came here for, and you cannot afford to lose it. Is this point clear? It's a very profound point. आप यहां लॉस के लिए नहीं आते हो, आप यहां प्रॉफिट के लिए आते हो. इसलिए जब प्रॉफिट आ रहा है उस टाइम तो आपको सबसे ज्यादा डरना चाहिए. Maximum people are afraid when they are in losses. You should be the most afraid when you are in profits, because you cannot let it go. Fine. Let's go forward. Now, I want to plan my trade. When you're taking the trade, do you have unlimited time or do you have limited time? Think and answer. You have limited time now. Some people have a few hours of trade, some have a few days of trade. That means you have to plan your profit and you have to plan your loss. So you have to set your targets. So what I say is, and I decide I will, my target in this is this high. This high is my target here. So this is my target on this. And so what is the target? This is my planned profit. For short trades, it will be the opposite. Now, on the lower side is my risk. And I say the price got rejected from here. So in case it starts going down, I'll get out here at about 590 rupees. And this one is your planned loss. So now see what I have done. Which is bigger here? Is my planned profit bigger or my planned loss bigger? Which one is bigger? My planned profit. And you see, my planned profit is almost 1, 2, 3 times that of my planned loss. Let's say I take 10 trades like this. I take 10 trades like this with a 3:1 profit to loss ratio. In 5 of the trades, my stop loss got hit. I took a loss. In 5 of them, my targets were achieved. I made profit. What is my success rate? Only 50%. But will I make money or lose money? Only 50% success rate. I will make money. Why? Because mathematics is in my favor. This is the Guru mantra. You cannot deviate from this principle. Your planned profits always have to be more than your planned losses. And this is the first rule of the market. You cannot enter the market without a target and without a stop loss. Till the time your stop loss and your target is not clear to you, and the reason why you will enter into the trade, the time frame for which you will holding it, the money that you will be putting into it, you cannot enter the trade. You cannot enter the trade. Is this principle clear to everybody? This is the golden rule of this market. How will we find it? Of course, that has to be learned. That is what will take months to learn. But this is the principle. You cannot deviate from this principle. Then, no guarantees total risk. What is the risk in this market? You have a skill risk, money risk, time risk. What are the 4 risks into this market? You have money risk. You can lose all your money. You have skill risk. If you don't have a skill of handling your money in stock market, the person with skill will take money from the person without the skill. You have time risk. If you are, the more is the time period for which you are holding it, the more will be the risk. Imagine the person who sold everything before the budget. He would be very happy because he didn't suffer from the time risk. And the 4th risk is a leverage risk. These are the 4 risks that you will have into the guys. I'll be sending a recording of this session. Don't worry, everybody will get the recording. Let's learn first. Okay, so these are the 4 risks that you have to learn how to go into this market. No guarantee total risk. Another thing too important. Don't go into the trap that somebody will give you guaranteed money. This is a trap. Whether it is somebody handling a mutual fund, somebody who is handling your portfolio, there is nothing guaranteed here. When you open a trading account, demat account, give money for the mutual funds, give it for portfolio, don't they make you sign at multiple places that only you are responsible for your losses? Stock market is subject to market risk and they are neither responsible for your profits or your losses. Have you signed that paper? Yes or no? Have you signed the paper? Each one of you has. Each one of you has. That means nobody will make money for you here. You have to take the control in your own hands. अपने भरोसे आना पड़ेगा, दूसरों के भरोसे नहीं चलेगा. And because of this loophole, anybody can promise you anything and take you for a ride. Tip service providers, short-term strategy type people. Some people will say, okay, I have this algo and a strategy into the computer. Give me, it will just mint money for you. Ask him, if it is minting money for you, why do you want my money? In 14 years of my trading journey, one thing I have learned: those who know how to make money, they don't require your money. And those who are asking for your money, I have doubts if they know how to make money. Little tough, but a very blunt statement. I have no tip service to sell. I have no strategy which will make money all the times. I do not handle anybody's money. I don't sell any software. I just live trade and teach people how to do it on their own. And as any coach will charge, I also charge for it, a nominal amount, that's all. But eventually the only person who will make money for you here is you. Now Subodh says, my stop loss keeps on getting hit because you don't understand the principle, Subodh. You have to understand the volatility, and maybe that will help you to make sure that your stop loss is not hit, but that has to be learned. That has to be learned. So don't be dependent on others. Somebody is saying, I'm an expert, ask him a simple question. Will you live trade in front of me with your own money and not a few thousand, many lakhs of rupees? I don't mind paying for it, but can you send me the recording? And can you send me all the screenshots? And will you be available to trade with me? If he says yes, it's genuine. Most people run away from this. You don't come here for theory, it is a skill. What is a skill? Skill is transfer of knowledge from conscious mind to subconscious mind by practice, practice, and practice. These are the 4 results in any trade. This one you have to avoid at all costs. Make sure you never have a big loss. That is a big no. Small losses and small profits will cancel each other, and eventually what you will have in your kitty would be a big profit. Would you like to see my screenshots and my trade log that I trade every day with my traders? Right? 10 lakh rupees is the money with which I trade with my traders every day. My personal trading is big, but this is the money with which I trade with my traders every day. And there are people sitting with capital of 5,000 rupees also and 2 crore rupees also. So here, let's look at, let me open up. You know my password now, guys. It is ... and ... Okay, so today, let's see how I've been doing here. Red is loss and green is profit, right? Red is loss, green is profit. Today, I finished with 26,000 rupees of profit. That is about 2.6% of my capital. So this is the first screenshots, and this one is the second screenshot for it. I always take screenshots here. Yesterday, this was the profit. This was the loss here. And any trader who says, I have never suffered a loss, वो झूठ बोलता है. जो भी बोलता है मैंने कभी लॉस नहीं किया, वो झूठ बोलता है. Because every trader has losses. How he handles his losses is important. Let's go here on this one. If you go to my, see here, I openly share my profits also and losses. Like today, bloodbath after long-term capital gain tax and budget market, rupees 16,600 profit, and you can see it live there. But here, pre-budget rally, technical analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty, 9,000 rupees of loss. I'm not shying of showing the loss also, because loss is part and parcel of this business. 33,000 rupees of profit, 15,000 rupees of profit. Okay. So 17,000 rupees of profit share, 25,000 rupees of profit, 34,000 rupees of profit, 72,000 rupees of profit. And these are all intraday trades. Means this is morning to evening, just with about 10 lakh rupees of capital. So coming back here, Dipendra sir, I've seen all these videos 3 to 4 times each. Great. I hope you learned from them. Now, if we go here, let's see. Let's see how this year started for me. 1st of January, New Year Day, all stop losses were hit and I lost 18,000 rupees. So, you feel very bad. You feel very bad. ऐसा कभी होने वाला ही नहीं है कि आपको लॉस होगा और आप खुश होने वाले. लॉस से खुश तो कभी कुछ नहीं होगा. Every loss will give you a pain. The only choice you have is, do you want a small pain or do you want a big pain? Since most of the people try to avoid the small pain, they end up getting the big pain. Right? They end up getting a big pain. So, learn to accept the small pain, which is a small loss. Next day, the market gave me 42,000 rupees of profit. Then I had a loss day. Then I had 2 profit days, small profit, 1,800 rupees profit, 4,000 rupees profit, and then 4 continuous days of losses. Continuous, 4 days continuously my stop losses were hit. You feel very bad. But you will still have to stick to the set of rules. And you see here, I got a 33,000 rupees of profit, 5 days of trading, and I ended up positive. Why? Because my winner was bigger and my loser was smaller. A loss days, 3 profit days, 1 loss day, 2 profit day, 1 loss day, profit day, loss day, and here. And I finished my month with 1,11,000 rupees of profit. These are gross profits on 10 lakh rupees of capital. That is 11% that month. This month is going very good. All 3 days have been winners, and I have already booked 63,000 rupees of profit on these 3 days. This is 49,000 rupees of profit. This month I've already booked 4.9%. So I have a lot of losing days, but I have no losing months. This year and the last year combined, I'm averaging about 18% a month. Before that, in 15-16, I averaged about 27% a month. This is the potential of this market. And what am I practicing? My profits are bigger and my losses are smaller. Is this point clear to everybody? Very important point. इसको समझ डाला तो स्टॉक मार्केट झिंगर लाला. Stock market does not need our intelligence. It needs us to obey a set of rules and it will give us money. बहुत पैसा है इधर, but only for people who can obey a set of rules here. Is stock market difficult? Many people ask me, sir, is stock market difficult? I don't know anything. I'm from a non-finance background. I'm an engineer, guys. Engineers don't know anything about money. I have done well here. So one thing I know is stock market is not difficult. If you are ready to work hard for about 6 months, there is an unlimited upside potential here. And in the start, I never recommend people to leave their jobs. 2 sources of income are always better than 1 source of income. And I also teach in my classes how to do intraday trading without looking at the market, not more than 30 minutes in a whole day. So this is the principle. Now, what runs this market? What runs this market? Let's go to most people are comfortable only with stocks. Another thing most people don't know is money can be made in both the directions. You can make money whether the price is going up or the price is going down. Most people know nothing about derivatives. They only know about stocks, and stocks can give you money only when the price is going up. Husband doing trading in stocks for the whole day. 3:30, the market closes. The husband comes home. Just by looking at the face of the husband, the wife can tell whether the market went up or the market went down. Right? These are people who do not know derivatives. Sahil says 10 lakh is with leverage. No, sir. 10 lakh is cash in the account. On a 10 lakh rupees, my leverage would be about at least 3 to 4 crore rupees. Right? Let's go to the National Stock Exchange site again. Let me go to NSE and see what drives this market. I go to the market turnover. Let's go to the market turnover. Equities, stocks, shares, about 2,000 are listed on NSE. Turnover 47,000 crores today. Index futures, what are the two main index futures? Nifty and Bank Nifty. And turnover in just two of them was 32,000 crores. Stock futures, 220 of them allowed in the Indian market out of 10,000 stocks. Traded value, 81,000 crores. Almost double that of the 2,000 stocks. Same in options. Currency futures, only 4 pairs in India, 20,662 crore. And commodity market, which is still active, it is still open till 12 o'clock in the night, about 30,000-40,000 turnover in a single day there. So what drives our market, stocks or the derivatives? Looking at this, please answer. What is driving the market, stocks or derivatives? Derivatives. I've heard many people saying, oh, no, they are not good. Oh, they are very risky. But so is the fourth gear of the car. I love derivatives because they help me make money in 2 hours, which in stock I would have made in 20 days. If I can learn how to follow a set of rules. That's what is very important. Let's look at a crazy stock today. Let's say PC Jeweler. That was a crazy stock today, right? Let's look at the daily chart of PC Jeweler. And let's see what happened to the 400 put option today. So I change it to PC Jeweler. A put option of, let's say, 400 rupees. And look at the kind of move that happened into this from 10 rupees to 200 rupees. 10 rupees, that was the potential today if you were into the derivative market. If you're looking at Reliance went down 4%, the option went up 50%. So when we are going into the markets, derivatives are your best friends. Stock is the first gear. Stock future, second gear. Index future, third gear. Commodity futures, forex futures, fourth gear. And options is the fifth gear. Would you like to start your car in the fifth gear or the first gear? Which gear would you like to start your car? First or fifth? Please answer. First, of course. But if we have to go a distance of 500 kilometers in, let's say, 12 hours, would you choose the first gear or the fifth gear? Right. That's why all asset classes are good. You have to know which one to use when. And that is the skill, to know when, if I have to build my stock portfolio, I have to use stocks. They will give me growth, they will give me bonus, they will give me dividends, they will give me splits. And I cannot have leverage in them because my risk is the biggest. When your time risk is high, you use the first gear. When your time risk is low, you use the fifth gear. छोटी सी बात है, अगर समझ में आई तो. Got it? So if you have to become a complete trader. You cannot be a conditional trader. मैं तो सिर्फ स्टॉक करूंगा, मैं तो सिर्फ कमोडिटी करूंगा, मैं तो सिर्फ ये करूंगा. No. You cannot come here with the choices. You have to come here in totality. You have to become the complete trader. The complete trader. It's a skill to make money, guys. That's very important. So you have to learn how to build and manage your own portfolio, make money with intraday trading, catch market swings with swing trading, trade leverage assets, and make money when the price goes down. That's the skill you have to develop. So these are the 4 types of trading you have to learn to become a complete trader. So let me write here. The complete trader. A complete trader is proficient in intraday and swing trading, where he creates his incomes. Intraday trading is 1 day trading. Swing trading is 1 week trading. Positional trading is 1 month trading. And portfolio trading is 1 year trading. And he uses positional trade and portfolio building to create his long-term wealth. Now, before I tell you about the courses, let me tell you about portfolio now for 5 minutes. Each and every one of you requires a stock portfolio. Why? Why do you require a stock portfolio? Please answer, why do you require a stock portfolio? Each one of you, whether you have a salary of 25,000 or 5 lakh a month, doesn't matter. Each of you will require a portfolio because you won't have a pension. You won't have any pension. The biggest advantage of a stock portfolio is that it is liquid all the time. You have bought a piece of property for 1 crore rupees. In an emergency, in 5 days, you require money. Is it possible to sell your property in this market? No. But if you are building a stock portfolio, the value is 1 crore rupees. Your son is selected for US best university and you have to send him there. You can sell your stocks worth 25 lakh rupees and send him immediately. You can get your money in T+2 cycle in 3 days. Other great advantage of the stock portfolio is you can build it in pieces. You can build it in pieces. You can do a systematic investment plan. You can time it properly. All that is possible that you cannot do with other asset classes. And now, with the real estate market unattractive, with the FDs unattractive, gold and silver unattractive, in fact, the only choice you have is the stocks. So why not learn it? It is almost as important as the skill of getting a qualification so that you can get a job. There are 2 approaches people have to portfolio. Number 1, they will either say give it to somebody, he will handle it for me. You know the risk of that. Other is people say I have to do nothing. I have to just buy nice good blue chip companies, keep on holding them for a long period of time, because over a period of time everything goes up. This is a myth. That doesn't happen. Now this is Nifty. Now you might feel India is growing so much. India is not growing so much. Do you know why Nifty normally keeps on going up? Because from the Nifty, the 51 stocks, weak stocks are continuously taken out and strong stocks are continuously put in. That's why you will never see a big major correction here unless there is a crash. But if I come to the stocks, even in this bullish market, Suzlon has crashed from 470 to 13, blue chip. Reliance has gone up. Arcom is down. Yes Bank is up. DLF is down. NBCC is up. Kingfisher is down. ACC is up, Hill is down, Siemens is up, JP Associate is down, TCS is up, Unitech is down. So obviously this doesn't work. So if you have to build your portfolio, blue chips are not for you. You have to go to the space of small caps and large caps, because that's where the exponential growth is going to happen. You are looking for a company which is right now small cap or mid cap, which in 10 years will become a blue chip. Do I make sense on this one? Yes. So in classes, I teach you how to find those companies, those small caps and those mid caps like Chaman Lal Sheth here, which are going to go up exponentially. Even when the best part of these companies is, even if the market crashes down, they will still go up. They will still go up. And that's the kind of companies with which you should be building your portfolio. In my classes, I teach how to find those companies utilizing the fundamental analysis, the technical analysis, and the risk management. Is trading for everybody? Yes. With practice, anybody can become a trader. It's an acquired skill. It is not a birth skill. It is an acquired skill. It's a business, and you have to treat it like a business. And what a business. You don't have to open any office. You don't have to hire any employees. You don't have to give any service to anybody. You don't have to manufacture anybody. Never have to print a business card. You can do it from your home. You can make money whether the price of your stock is going up or the price of your stock is going down. And you don't really have to, be dependent on others. So, but learn it is worth it. You can trade stocks, futures, index futures, options, commodity, forex. Like for example, if I pick up here, let's say this is the commodity market, and I pick up nickel, let's say. Nickel is down 4% today. And if I look at the 5-minute chart of nickel here, lot size of 250, this move from here to here is a move of about 40 rupees. Every 10 rupees is 2,400. So this is a 10,000 rupees of profit on a capital of just about 25,000 rupees in a day. And in commodity, which is one of the oldest markets, there are only 9 commodities that you will have to learn. I teach that in the class. And this market is open till 11:45 in the night. Opens at 10 in the morning. So to trade, you should know what to buy, when to buy, how much to buy, how much risk to take, and when to get out. You need to train yourself, but it is worth every minute and every rupee that you will spend on it. What is the skill set required? You need to be good with fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis is the analysis of businesses so that you can find out what businesses are undervalued, what businesses are overvalued. You should be proficient with technical analysis. Technical analysis is chart reading, which will help you to time the market properly. When to get in, when to get out. You should know stock filtering, but to find the high probability trades. What is a high probability trade? It is a trade which has a higher potential of profits than other trades. Normally, about 2% of the trades are high probability trades. And I teach you how to find them. You have to be proficient with risk management methods. You have to master the online platforms. These days, not much of physical presence is required thanks to the automated platforms. Then you cannot depend on a single strategy because the market is changing continuously. You should at least be equipped with about 30-40 strategies. In my class, I teach almost 40 strategies to my traders so that you can handle different kind of markets. It's a business, you need to have a proper business plan. You have to be very much trained into rational decision making, money management, and of course, managing your emotions and your subconscious mind. This is the skill set required. Okay, guys, let's come to the trainings that I do. You know, my vision is to reach 10 lakh people in my lifetime and teach them the stock market the way I've learned. With the grace of God, I've everything. And I, when I was doing corporate job, I understand the stress and the risk. First, I created a second source of income, which eventually converted into a full source of income. I'll teach you how to do that. Intraday trading, swing trading, positional trading, and long-term trading. I run a 7 months online practical training with live trading where I teach all this. Then I teach all asset classes: stock, futures, commodity futures, forex futures. Dipendra says, sir, please publish books based on your knowledge and experience. I think I'm still a learner, Dipendra. When I'm 55, maybe I will. Am I a best trader? No, I'm not. I'm still learning. But one thing I know is whatever I've learned, I can teach it to you. That's one thing I know. So earlier, the course used to be 4 days of training in a hotel and 6 months of online training in the start for about 3 years. These are the batches that have passed out. But gradually, I found online training was more suitable for everybody. I even learned from online in Prestige. I was in Peru and the institute was in US. So gradually, the whole training has turned into an online training where everybody can, learn from anywhere. Another advantage of online trainings is there I can send recordings to you so that you can revise and you can learn at your own pace. These are the batches that have passed out in various cities. This is the course content, guys, and this is available on my website. If you will go on my website here, and you're looking at the course content here, let me give you, this is the details of the course. I will be giving you details. So just have a page open so that I can read it with you. And these are the course contents. I've sent you a link of that. How will the course flow? Let's understand that first. Let me go and understand how will the course flow. This is the link I've just sent you. The total, it is 7 months of online training with live trading and lifetime of mentorship for the Pathfinders active students. The course starts with 32 hours of foundation training, preliminary training. There are 4 days that I have recorded, which cover everything. That is total 32 hours. And you are given them first, and you have to finish them in 2 to 3 weeks. You can take your own time. You can learn at your own pace. Help will be available. Support will be available. First, you have to finish 32 hours of training taken by me. From start to the end, the training is taken by me only. I did not delegate anything to anybody. But I have an able team of about 12 people who will be there to help you, but the whole training is done by me. After you have finished the 32 hours of training, then for 2 days, I will live trade in front of you for the whole day online. 9 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the afternoon, last Wednesday and Thursday with 10 lakh rupees of capital. Whatever you have learned, I will trade that in front of you so that you get a confidence. This is how, trading is to be done. After you have finished 32 hours of foundation training and 13 hours of live trading demonstration with me, then your 6 months of training will start. This consists of, 4 live sessions in a month and 4 recorded sessions in a month, total 8 sessions in a month. The learning sessions are on the first and the third Thursday of the month in the night, 9 to 11. where I'll pick up a topic and I will teach it to you. The topic will be recorded and recording will be sent to you. It will be available to you till Monday morning. Second Thursday of the month in the night, I will be live trading commodities with you 8 to 11 in the night. In these periods, I also answer your question answers. For your queries, we have a separate email in which we answer within 48 hours. I have WhatsApp where you can put here. And in case there is an emergency, you can call me personally. Then last Thursday of the month is full day trading with me. You will be trading with me full day, 9 in the morning till 3:30. We'll document the trade and it will be under guidance with me so that I tell you this is where you buy, this is where you sell, this is why you buy, this is why you sell. So 12 live trading sessions you will have with me in 6 months. I don't expect you to attend all as your office goers, but at least 50% attendance I would be expecting. In addition to this, every Friday I will be sending an additional 2-hour session explaining you the various topics, and that will also be available till Monday morning so that your topics are continuously being revised. And everything I'll be teaching into the course is mentioned on this link. You can go through it. Once you have started doing that, you have started trading, then every Wednesday, 11 to 12 in the morning, I take an additional mentoring session for life in which I answer your questions, explain you the market, and give my views on what stocks are likely to go where. And in case you're not able to attend it in the day, recording is sent to you by evening. So this is what the whole course is about. After the training, you can build your own portfolio. You can do intraday swing trading. You can trade options and you can trade both the directions of the market. This is what it costs. I've already sent you the link. 33,000 rupees is the course fees. 18% is the GST that I give to the government, total 38,940. In addition to that, no gimmicks, no software to buy, no yearly fees, nothing. No bulk discounts. This is plain and simple. And once you're properly trained, this kind of a money you can recover back in just a few months. After your 1 month of training is finished, you also become eligible for my online trading rooms, which are very, very popular, where every day I live trade with my traders, send them recordings and send them algo trades in the night. And I run them on a cost to cost basis, just 3,500 rupees a month plus GST. But that is after a month. These are the dates of the training. Every Saturday a course starts. And you can choose any Saturday that you want on this one.